Hi guys, welcome back. I'm going to talk you through some more things to do on Excel, try and make your spreadsheets a bit more entertaining and useful, right? So first thing, we'll look at, first maybe I should make these headings bold. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to think about is the different um, things that can be, the different symbols that can be used inside of Excel. If you can't remember what we did in the last class or last video, I should say, is we started by talking about what the formula bar does, what these cell references do, absolute references so that they don't change, and how the cells interact. So we're going to pick up from there, and we're going to talk about the symbols or the operators that you can use, because they're not quite the same as what you would do on a calculator, for example. Now, to start or with the formula, always start with an equals. And let's say we want to add two things together. Well, plus, it's just plus that can usually be found by pressing shift equals, I think. Usually gives you plus, and that just works as you would expect. Similarly, minus is usually next to that button, and that works as you'd expect too. As you may notice though, there is no times or divide on your keyboard, right? So have a look now and see if you can see it, because there shouldn't be one there. Maybe there is on your, maybe you have a special keyboard, but most people don't have it. So if you want to do times in Excel, you press Shift 8. You put in what is actually an asterisk, right? That little star looking thing there. And that is the equivalent of times, right? Similarly, if you would like to divide, you need to do a /, and that works as a divide. Right? So they're the two main ones that you can do. You can also do things like you can do power if you want to do, I think, what's power? Shift 6 is power, which would give some massive number, right? So we're not going to go through all that stuff, but the main ones you need to know: plus and minus are the same, times is asterisk, and divide is /. Right? So now that we've done that, let's let's look into some of the more useful sums that you can do. So in the last video, where I had a few things that I needed to add together, I went through and I clicked on the thing, I went plus, and I clicked on the thing, the next one I went plus. If you have 50 values, for example, it's going to take a long time to do that. Even 8 values, I can't be bothered clicking all of them and pressing plus. So luckily, Excel has a formula built in that will add these up for us, and that is called sum. Right? Sum. So if you type equals sum into your formula, it should come up with this little drop menu with a whole bunch of things. Just click or double click the sum, and it should come up like that. So equals sum with the sum in capital letters. And then what it says underneath is it attempts to give you a bit of syntax to help you correctly put in the information that you want. So what it's saying is you can do number 1, comma, number 2, comma, and so on, and it will add all those up. So I could go A1, B2, comma, B3, comma. But that's still not really that efficient, right? We could do better than this. Because still I'm clicking all those boxes. So what I can do instead is I can put a colon in between, and that will tell me to do this whole range of numbers. That's still too much clicking, fine, no problem. What you can do instead, again, is you can just click the bottom corner of this little box and drag it, and it will automatically do that range for you. All you need to do now is close the bracket and press enter. That has added up the total cost of this whole column here cost, right? So that's a pretty useful. I would say it probably is the most frequently used, formula in all of Excel, right? It's like, okay, maybe I don't want to know the sum. Maybe I want to know the average Well, good news is that Excel also has an average function which works the exact same way as sum. So I'm averaging all these and it tells me what my average cost is. Right? That's another one. Okay, well maybe I don't want to find out my average. Maybe I want to find out how many of these there are. How many expenses do I have total? Okay, well they have a function called count. So I can count all these and it tells me that I have 7 expenses overall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So there's a few inbuilt functions that you can muck around with. Another one that gets used, or a couple others that get used, is you can do minimum and maximum, or I think it's min and max. Right? So what's the smallest number in this range? 40. All right. In a similar way, what's the largest number in this range? The maximum number. Well, the maximum number is 450, right? So you can do min, you can do max, you can do average, you can do count, you can do sum. Right? There's a whole bunch of ones that you can do, and they can be really useful. And I'll show you how we can apply all of these together shortly enough. All right. So I'm going to stop this video here, and I'm going to start the next one with a conditional one called if that could come in handy as well. All right. So thanks.